Well, hi, Cancer. I wanted to come to you and do your October 16th through the 31st and let you know what's ahead. Okay, so for most of you, there is going to be a lot of changes coming. Cancer, I do feel like you are trying to go towards somebody or wanting somebody to come toward you. Yeah, it's kind of still back and forth right now, but I do feel like somebody else is letting someone go. So for whoever this applies to, let's go back to part one, where, like I said, you want to go towards somebody or you want somebody to come towards you. That is going to be very strong and very effective. However, I do feel like there is a stumble block along the way. There is something that is going to prevent you, or a delay. It could be a delay that's going to prevent you, or a person, another person. It may try to intervene in between you and your partner, the person who you're trying to repair something with, replace something with, rebuild something with. But I do get, that the person that you're missing the most, Cancer, is right there. You can almost reach out to them, but at the same time, it's like, that saying, so close but still so far away. That's kind of where you're at. For some of you, you are communicating with your partner. You are definitely conversing about different scenarios and things that happened in the past. Some of you are still looking for answers in reference to a betrayal situation, trying to figure out exactly, what led your partner to cheat, to betray you the way they did. It wasn't anything, Cancer, that you did, okay? Unless you, Cancer, are the ones who ran, which is possible for some of you, but I am getting majority of you, this is your partner who had, cheated on you. So I am getting that you are trying to question them about the reasons why. I think that Cancer is trying to hold a lot of that energy for themselves, stating that they are the ones responsible for their partner leaving, but this is not yours to own. Although you may have dealt with a narcissist who wanted you to believe that something was your fault, something was, pushed because of you, a decision was made because you were pestering them, or you were always accusing them, or you were jealous about something, and they're going to use that to their advantage and try to say, well, I figured if I'm going to be blamed for it, I might as well go and do it. That is for some of you. But, for some of you guys, Cancer, your partner, that was not true at all for some of you. Your partner decided to go and run and cheat because, they get to a certain point in a relationship where they get bored really quickly. The person that you're with claims that they get bored. The things just aren't enough for them. Yes, you keep them satisfied in the bedroom. Yes, you wash their clothes, or you cook for them, or you clean their place, or do whatever. You're playing the role of a wife, but at the same time, they're not willing to give you that title. Okay, that's the problem with Cancer. Cancer is trying to get a title from a partner that's not willing to give it to you because they're so busy with somebody else. They're so busy trying to please somebody else, or even fill their desires with another person rather than be with you. So this is where the problem comes in. They're not steady. They're not steady. Your partner is not balanced. They do not have things lined up. They do not have a plan. They are going day by day with certain things. I do feel like some of you had your partner return. Yes, they returned, but when they returned, it was only for a one-night stand, and then they left and ghosted again. For some of you, you've been dealing with that, and that's bullshit. For some of you, you've absolutely had enough, and you're tired of the lies and the deceit. It's never ending. It just keeps being one big merry-go-round, going back and forth, back and forth. Some of you, put on a front that you don't want your partner back. You made them think that you're so pissed off, you're just done with them. You block them, you're not answering calls, but yet you listen to their message. You can't wait to answer the text. You want to see the text, not answer, but you want to see the text. You want to see what they wrote you. You want to hear what they left you. You want to know what they're doing. At the same time, even though one side of you that was hurt, and your defense mechanism is to react back. So that's where you not wanting to talk to them or fix things or accept their apology because you're trying to punish them. But in turn, you're punishing yourself because you're not keeping it real with them. And now they're going to go and get involved with somebody else, and you're going to have to once again wait that out. So while you're waiting that out, what are you going to do, Cancer? Are you going to just sit there and be stagnant? Are you going to be the hermit? Are you going to just wait to see what comes your way? Are you going to wait for them finally to come around again and then maybe you'll accept their offer? I mean, how long is the punishment? How do you decide about somebody's punishment? And then what are you going to do? Then what are you going to do? Here's the first clue. They're not your child. Here's the second clue. You put an expectation on somebody and they can't live up to it because they can't meet that expectation because it was too much for them. Or they told you they weren't ready for a commitment. Or they told you that they don't want to get married. Or they told you they don't want to be engaged. And you tried to keep getting them to do so, or you wanted to get them to do things your way. But on the same event, the same turn is that, they're not feeling that. So you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So Cancer, you're going to have to decide whether this is a situation here that you're willing to put all the work in and it's going to stay the way it was. It's not going to increase for majority of you. It is not going to turn into a marriage. This is just somebody that's biding your time, wasting your time, I should say. And you're wasting your time with someone who doesn't want to have the same goals as you. Somebody who doesn't want to get married right now. Somebody who's not interested in being exclusive with you. They don't want to be in a platonic relationship. At the same time, though, I'll say for some of you, at the same time, Cancer, your partner doesn't like the fact of thinking you're going out with anybody else. They don't want to share you, but in turn, they want to be able to do what they want, go who they want, and sleep with who they want. And that part's supposed to be none of your business, but when you do it, oh, then it's cheating. Then it's, you betrayed me. Well, how is that? You either have an open relationship and you can both do what you want, or you have a platonic relationship where you only see each other. So which is it going to be? And that's what you need to ask your partner, because they want both sides of the coin. They want to have their cake and eat it too, and it's up to you whether or not to let them. Okay, so that's where we're standing now. There is going to be opportunity for Cancer to move ahead through this, to get over and past this. A lot of you want to know, how do you get over somebody? Well, you can only get over them after they've done you wrong so many times, and you finally come to agreement and understanding that you didn't deserve the way somebody treated you. You didn't deserve them cheating on you, or lying to you, or betraying you, or hitting you, or disrespecting you, or calling you out of your name, or somebody who's always making up stories left and right, or excuses constantly. First they make a date with you, then they find an excuse they can't make it. Then it's, they're going to meet you somewhere, then they don't show up. And then they stood you up, more or less, and you sit there waiting, and never show, and you don't hear from them until the next day or the day after. Like, how many times can you put up with that? Why do you feel that you deserve to be punished, Cancer? Because you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to find somebody who's going to want the same things that you do, okay? So please try to open your eyes wider to look and see what somebody's offering you, what they're willing and not willing to do. Think about it. Do you really want your partner back? Because things weren't so great when you were with them. Sometimes it was like pulling teeth, trying to get them to do certain things that should have come natural, things that they should have wanted to do for you, things that they should have thought of on their own without you even asking. So if you have to constantly baby someone or train someone, then they're not for you. They're not for you, Cancer. This isn't supposed to be a bad reading, but at the same time, it is a wake-up reading. It is a reading to let you know that if it's just not fitting in your life, or if they're just not fitting in your life, then maybe you need somebody else. Yes, your heart might be for them, but think about it really good, Cancer. Why exactly are you so in love with them? Just think about it for a minute. Are you in love with what you created in your mind about them? You created that everything was so great. You created that, when they kissed you, you felt the world spin. Well, you might have had all those feelings. You might have felt like you were in love. You might have felt like it was your twin flame. But did you stop to think about, did they? Did they ever speak those things to you? Did they ever say to you, I think you're my twin flame? I think you're my soulmate? I think that you're going to be my wife. I think that I want to have a baby with you. I think that I don't want to see anybody else but you. If they never had any of these kind of conversations with you whatsoever, never ever, and you've been together for months and it was break up, get back together, break up, get back together because they cheated and came back because it didn't work out, and then they left again and cheated again and came back because it didn't work out. If that's your situation, then you need to let them go. You need to move on from that, okay, Cancer? Because you deserve better. And better is right there waiting for you. It's right there waiting for you. And there's a person who has the same interests, the same desires, the same goals as you. Please don't let the opportunity pass you by because you're waiting for something to come that isn't there. Please. Like I said, if somebody is not volunteering to do something or to be there or to do things the way that you would like to have them done, why have them? Why not find somebody who can meet your needs easily? Why play the role of a wife if you're not one? I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's wrong to be good to somebody or nice to somebody or to do nice things once in a while for somebody, but when they expect you to be their mommy, to do every little thing for them, and they're not doing anything for you, there's something wrong with that relationship, okay? So Cancer, please be aware of that. Please pay attention to it. Please investigate the situation yourself. Please really, really think about why you're in love with that person. Is it something that you created in your mind? Did you make yourself believe that it was such a great relationship the whole time, when in fact, if you really look at it, it wasn't? Think about all the things that were done to you, Cancer. All the things that were disrespectfully done to you, behind your back, in front of you. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean with this, right? Listen, it isn't worse to be by yourself. It's not worse. But it is worse to be with somebody who doesn't love you like you love them. That's worse. And it's even worse to waste years doing it. Because then you're crippling your mind and you're believing all their narcissistic, stupid ass drama that they bring to you, the lies and the sneakiness. Okay, hiding shit. Hiding their cell phone. Deleting phone calls. Putting the phone on silent. Blocking calls or whatever. All the shit that they're doing. Telling you they're working and they're not. Saying they're doing overtime but they're not. Saying they went to this person's house to help them move furniture or do whatever and they didn't. All these different things. Their car broke down and they had to stay overnight at a friend's house. They were too drunk, they couldn't drive, they stayed at somebody's house. No. No. No, Cancer. Please. Pay attention. This is for you, not for me. This is for you. I'm trying you not to... Don't waste all your time. Okay? Because you're not going to be 20-something, 30-something, or 40-something for long. Trust me, it goes by fast. And before you know it, your choices start getting less and less and less and less, and your options are less and less and less. So please, make that decision, Cancer. I'm right here for you. I'll be seeing you on my live chat, okay? Check me out later, because we'll be checking out those from heaven who's got messages for you. Maybe they have a message about your relationship. Let's see.